Let's get in here to some college football talk because the playoff committee, they made their selection this past Sunday after championship week. Now, we don't talk a lot of college football in here. You know, we've talked about the Colorado Buffaloes, the Notre Dame Irish a little bit, but we got to talk about this playoff here. The top 4 teams selected this season. Number 1, the undefeated Big Ten champions, the Michigan Wolverines. Following them, number 2, the Washington Huskies, undefeated Pac-12 champions. Last season of the Pac-12. Could it be a Cinderella story for the Huskies? We'll talk about it. The 3 seed this year are the Longhorns of Texas. 12-1, the Big 12 champions. Smacked the shit out of the Cowboys in that game. And number 4, maybe a little controversial. We'll get to it. But number 4 this year, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Your boy Nick Saban. 12-1, the SEC champs. Number 5, and left out, the first team left out of this year's playoff. Now, this is the last season that 4 teams is going to be. Next season, we move to a 12-team format, okay? But this season, the first team left out was the undefeated 13-0 ACC Power Conference champions, the Seminoles of Florida State. Followed by them was the back-to-back champions, the Georgia Bulldogs. They lost in the SEC championship game to Bama, was number 1 pretty much all year. First off, I was shocked that they fell all the way to 6, okay? That sucks that they couldn't have a chance to defend their title. But I'll throw it to you here, Max. What's your biggest takeaway from this selection, and did the committee get this right?
Okay. I mean, I think the goose in the room. Wait.
Oh,
it's not goose time yet. Wait. Okay.
Already here.
Keep your windows closed, everybody. Keep them closed. Okay. A lot of geese have been flying around this place, and I can't. I've had too much duck meat. Too much duck meat lately. Okay, it's a little too much, a little too hard on the stomach. The goose in the room, as we all know, is Florida State not making this top 4. They're 13-0. How the hell did they get kicked out? I'm appalled. Okay, I'm appalled. Of course they're gonna slide in Alabama. They always do. Okay, I get it. They beat number 1 Georgia. I get that. Understandably. But then why did Texas also push out Florida State? That doesn't make any sense to me, boys. I think Florida State at 13-0. If anything, you got to go by record. They're the ACC champions. Okay, it's not a scrub league. Get out of here.
We've seen like UCF go undefeated and miss the playoffs, but we've never seen a power conference champion miss the playoff like Florida State today or this season. I will say you can't have Bama if you don't have Texas, because Texas beat Bama this season. And you can't have Georgia in there and not Bama, because Bama just beat Georgia. Mike, I'm going to throw it to you here. What's your biggest takeaway from this selection, and did the committee get this right?
Well, you know, I kind of go, I see it on both sides, because I do think Alabama is better. But when you go undefeated, you're fucking undefeated.
Yes.
And you won the ACC. Like, you swung a big dick this year, and I think that needs to be rewarded.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm as you know from the introduction, I'm from Cincinnati, and, you know, my Bearcats last year went into the playoffs, and we were undefeated, but we're also not in the ACC. And we got absolutely fucking smoked, as you can expect. But Georgia, I thought
Georgia.
Yep, Georgia.
Yeah.
And you know, so it's, I don't know, I see both sides, because it's like, all right, you really think another team is better. They're without their starting QB now. And you know, they do take it into effect. So I kind of see both sides. But let me tell you, if I was a player, and that's who it is, who this is about, is the players, the fans too, like, you're undefeated. You're in the ACC. You got to be able to fight for your chance. And this is still so new that it's like, you can't just automatically wave them out. I think you can't just automatically give it to Alabama or an SEC team.
Yeah.
I agree with you there, Mike. My biggest takeaway here, obviously with you guys, Florida State not being in it. Since week 2, they've been ranked inside the top 5 every single week. They've been inside the top 5 every single week that you've been ranking them. They've been exactly number 4 all but 1 week since week 7. They've been at number 4. They were number 4 going into championship week. They weren't number 5 or number 6. Texas and Bama both jumped them. You mentioned Jordan Travis out for the season with the leg, with the foot. And that sucks. That sucks if that was the main reason that the committee didn't feel like Florida State could actually compete because of that. That just sucks. That sucks. They deserve to be in there. Ain't no doubt about it. It sucks Georgia isn't in there to defend their back-to-back championship. Let's finish up this college football talk. Max, give me your championship matchup and the team that's going to raise a banner.
One thing that I do want to bring up, last thing on Florida State. All right. I think the fans should start a TikTok trend. I'm not on TikTok. I don't give a crap for that shit. But I will say that if there's one thing that you guys can start in Florida or Florida State, flipping tables. All right. Just anywhere that you go, it doesn't matter where you are, just flip a table. I would be so pissed off. 13, fill the table with a Thanksgiving meal and fucking flip it. Just flip the damn thing. Show your anger and your frustration because it's just ridiculous. But anyway, moving on to the championship game. It's probably going to be Michigan versus Alabama. I think Alabama's probably going to squeak in there because
Michigan's playing Alabama first.
Oh, Michigan does play. Sorry. Ooh, that's even juicier now. Okay, I still got Michigan. I think Michigan's really good. Regardless of the whole spying situation, I think they're pretty. Yeah, I think they're a pretty damn good team. We never really talked about the sign stealing situation. Everybody, how do you steal signs from football? There's like
well, they did it.
Yeah. So. What, like running play, passing play? Is that like the only way you can tell?
So, I mean, they steal signs like they steal in baseball. And, you just kind of line them up. All right, is this going to be run? Is it going right, left? But a lot of former players came out and they said, yeah, this shit happens all over the fucking league. Yeah. And, I mean, you go to a couple years back, the Patriots got caught for sign stealing against the Cincinnati Bengals. Looking like having cameras directly at their sideline from their boxes. Like, I think it goes from NCAA up to the NFL, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think they just got fucking caught and they're making an example out of them. So I don't think it means anything. And free Harbaugh. I mean, it's everyone fucking does it. Who gives a shit? What are you gonna do about it? It's competition. Let them do it.
Well said. That actually explained everything, to be perfectly honest there, Mike. Yeah, honestly, pretty Harbaugh. Man, the NCAA hates Harbaugh. Do they not? Do they not just hate
6 games? 6 games this year. 3 at the beginning, 3 just now. 6 games this year. They only played 13. He was out half the season.
And they're still 13-0. That just goes to show you how damn good Michigan is, even with their head coach out. I'm going to go Michigan versus Texas. Just to speed things up, I think Texas is the better team over Washington, but don't sleep on the Huskies. I think the Pac-12 was pretty good this year, other than USC, which was a big disappointment.
Last season of the Pac-12, it would be a great story if the Washington Huskies could do this, but I'm with you. I don't think they beat Texas. I think Texas is on another level.
Yeah,
but I also agree with you, Max. We agree way too much on this podcast, but I got the Michigan Wolverines, free Harbaugh. 6-game suspension in a 13-game season. That sucks. Shout out Rich Payton, my father-in-law. Go Blue. I think Michigan gets this one done this year. Undefeated.
I would like to see that. I would like to see it. Go Michigan.
Undefeated. Go Blue. Mike, are you going to agree or disagree with us?
I'm going to agree.
Hey,
hop on the train. I was with Max before, and then you corrected him. I was going to say Michigan, Alabama, but they're playing first. But I mean, also don't sleep on Alabama, man. It's Alabama, they've been there before. But I mean, so is this team. Always. They have an active roster. It's been a national championship. So yeah, I mean, I think you can go either way, but my gut says Michigan, Texas.
Nice.